What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about Forza Horizon 5 money making tips and things that I've noticed, and just little tidbits that I wanted to key you guys in on before the release of Forza Horizon 5. This video is going to be super important, so yeah, I definitely recommend watching through. And if you enjoy it, like always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We are going to be streaming more Forza Horizon 4 coming soon, and F1 2021. So there is going to be more racing games on the Twitch streams. If you guys are interested in coming by, make sure to check the links down below and leave a follow, and make sure you join the Discord if you want to get notified whenever there's a video going live on YouTube for me, and also when we're going live on stream. So we're going to jump right into 5 cars that specific images have been posted for on Forza Horizon Official. I don't know why these cars are important. They've been also posting a lot of lists of cars, but we're not really going to go through those one by one because there's no way of actually knowing what value those are going to hold, or what they're going to turn into. And it would honestly take all day to talk about all the cars that are on there. So if you're interested, just go check out their Instagram, and it's got all those cars listed. But we're going to talk about the 5 cars they posted pictures for. The first one being the Land Rover Defender 110X 2020. As we know, 2020 cars in Forza Horizon 4 did very well, sold for a lot, and were pretty valuable and rare. The reason for that being they were just recently added, and they're new cars, and we know that all new cars, regardless of year or quality or anything, did really well as far as using as investments and turning into massive profits. So I think that had some type of tie-in with it, and it's also obviously like availability, whether or not you can achieve that car or get that car for free or easily or for cheap, whatever the case is. That's kind of what determines price and stuff like that, is its rarity. So whether or not these 2020 cards are going to be rare and valuable in Forza Horizon 5 is still to be seen, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. The next car that they posted a picture of is the Jaguar Sport XJR 15 1991. All of the I don't know why I'm saying the full name for all of these, but basically this car I don't see being worth an absolute ton either. It could do well. I'm still not sure why they're posting the pictures of them, but it might be a hint that these might be cool cars that are going to be hard to get, or it might be a situation where it's like the McLaren Senna, where they give it to everybody for free and it kind of gets swept under the rug and isn't really worth a lot of money, and is basically given to everybody for free. Although I doubt they do that with all 5 of these cars. It's something to look for and look out for. They could also be story mode cars or anything of that situation, but these are just cars to keep an eye on and see what they do at the beginning of the game. The next 3 cars are Porsches. It's another 2020 car, the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, which I could see being valuable, but I could also see falling into a McLaren Senna trap. The Macan Rally Raid 2018, which I would assume is going to be some type of off-road challenge or something of that nature. And if for whatever reason it is limited time availability, I could see this car really being worth a lot, anywhere from, probably 6 to 10 million right out of the gate. But if it is a super available car and you can gain it from doing an off-road challenge that isn't limited time available, or some type of story mode where it's always available, I could see it being pretty cheap if it's all over the market. It really just depends. But a lot of times those story mode cars, if that is what these cars end up being, are worth a lot of money. As many of you know, you could do the main storyline on Forza Horizon 4 and get the Dodge Demon, and that car was selling for 9 million, I think, the first time I ever got it for doing the story mode. So keep an eye out for that. And the final car, which all of you probably know if you know anything about Forza Horizon 4, is the mouthful car of Porsche number 65 Roth Sport Racing 911 Desert Flyer. That car has been all over the videos, images, everything they post. This car is all over the place, and I would assume is going to be just like this McLaren Senna and absolutely worthless. Now that we've gotten all those 5 cars out of the way, we're going to talk about the real useful tips for money making and all of that stuff. Something that I lightly brushed on but wanted to go a little more in depth on is utilizing things with time limits or limited time availability. This was the best way to make money on Forza Horizon 4, using things like the festival playlist, which resets every week and month. Being able to pick up those cars every week, and then once it left the playlist, as a lot of you guys know, if you watched any of my videos about my theories on the algorithm for money making, you basically the price, say a car was worth 10 million, it would go into the festival playlist for that week that it was in it. It would basically drop from whatever 10 million down to 2 million or 1 million or even less sometimes. And then every single day after it was out of its season, so after it was out of the festival playlist and unobtainable via the festival playlist, it would go up about a million or 2 million every single day until it peaked. And sometimes it would go over its original price, so it would go over 10 million and go up to like 15, 16, 20 million. And sometimes it would get close or be right under in the 8 to 10 to 12 million range. You never know, but it would always go back up in price. So I would absolutely preach investing in these cars, not just getting it from the festival playlist, but going on the auction house and sniping as many of those cars as you can possibly get your hands on. And sometimes people get 20 to 30 of them for $1 million, and then it would go up to 10 million and they'd make 200 to 300 mil profit. Just like that. It's that easy. And those are the biggest, easiest ways to make money. Not just simple sniping, not just sniping a filter, not just sniping singular cars or whatever the case is, but using investing is the easiest way to make money. That's how I made the most money I made on Forza Horizon 4. I was sniping GT86s and Cyclones and Typhoons right out of the gate. And I was saying to myself, wow, I'm making so much money. But in reality, it was 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, which is chump change. When my first time I ever invested in a car was when the Quadra came out, which actually was somewhat of a sketchy scenario, since it was put into the game as a challenge and everybody thought it was going to get taken out, and it never got taken out. But since everybody thought it was about to get taken out, the price still went up and I still sold high. So I picked up all of these Quadras for under 500K. I think I had 40 of them. And then I sold them all for 10 mil plus, which means I made 400 million. And that was the first time that I had made that big of an investment and also made that big of a return. And that kind of gave me some insight into how the market worked. And that's kind of what turned into this big investment thing on my channel, where I talked about it all the time, is because it's such an opportunity to make huge money. I mean, I basically made half of max money at 400 million. Obviously max money is like 999 million. I basically made half of max money in one single investment within a week, just like that. And it is that simple. There is no bull on this channel. We talk about exactly how to make money the most efficient methods possible. And a lot of you guys have had great success with this. A lot of you guys now have max money, and using investing is the best way to do that. So pay attention to those time limits, pay attention to the limited availability, and capitalize on all the opportunities you get to invest in all those cars, and take a risk here and there. If you have the money to do it, take a risk, invest in a car, and see if it goes up in price. You know what I mean? I'm going to be personally dumping all of the money I make from playing the game and doing challenges back into buying cars off the auction house that I think are going to flip and go up in profit. Keep an eye out for cars from the last game that were rare and valuable. If they are rare and valuable in Forza Horizon 4, that means that they were desired. And if they were desired, then that means they might be desirable in Forza Horizon 5. The prime example is the 599 Evo. This car actually at some points is rare and hard to get, and sometimes it wasn't, and it was absolutely stacked in the market, but people were still buying it because it had something that people wanted, like, you know, being able to go the max speed in the game. And that applies to drift cars, drag cars, race cars, anything. If it has a specific trait that's special or unique, or it's just a very popular car in general in the real world, then sometimes people are going to want it in the game, and that's something that could really drive up the value. So pay attention to things for that, like that. Make sure you guys are keeping everything at the beginning of the game. Keep all of your cars. You never know when a price is going to skyrocket. And if it does, sell immediately. Don't try to wait and see if if you bought a car for 500K and it goes up to 12, 14 million, and all of a sudden it starts to seem like it's plateauing in price, don't wait for it to hit 20 million. Sell it for 12 million, take your huge cash profits. And then any other cars that could go up in price, hold on to. Don't sell low. Don't sell at 500K, 1 mil, 2 mil. Hold on to those cars. Wait for the big profits. If not, you have a cool car, you get to hold on to whatever. It's a racing game at the end of the day, so we're making this money so we can get cars to have fun with. So keep that in mind always, but try to keep everything. And if it really goes up in price, that's what you want to sell. Don't make the mistake of holding on to it too long and seeing if for whatever reason you can make even more money. Try to absolutely capitalize on every opportunity you get. And that's it. All you're going to want to do is play the game, earn as many cars and as much money as possible, and reinvest that into time-limited cars and limited availability cars, rare cars. Reinvest that money and try to turn your money into even more money, making smart investments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.